Is there a normal, and will it be completely new?
Yeah. So, one of the things that we're having a lot of conversations with at the C-suite level across the board is we actually hope it doesn't return to normal. We felt before COVID hit, we were already getting into this dangerous crossroads between whether or not we were going to allow technology to really come in and upend the human side of work. We see growing inequality happening across the board. We see a looming digital skills gap. What COVID-19, the silver lining, what has happened is it's actually ushered us fast forward into the future of work. I mean, I no longer even call it the future of work, and it's here today. And what we found is that technology, one, is no longer a choice. Everyone has been to some degree enabled by some level of technology. Remote work used to be an option. I found in the data set that only 40% of employees said their company actually encouraged remote work before COVID-19. Today, 60 to 70% of the global workforce is still remote. So two things that are going to happen that I hope that we actually don't return to normal is one, we're going to have more choice when it comes to working relationships, how we work, when we work, where we choose to work. And the second thing is what we've seen is this sense of hierarchy. Really, and a lot of times we've talked about here at Accenture, we say hierarchy be damned in terms of the future organization. But what we're seeing happening is that is truly happening because this platform technology has really enabled easier access to leadership. There's no longer this corner executive office. You've got to take the 50th floor to get there. Instead, it's become much more of a shared human experience of what we're all experiencing at work. And I'll be honest, executives and leaders are struggling a bit with this new normal, as again they're having to work alongside technology. There's no administrative assistant in the office. They're really having to have a pretty big adjustment here too during this time. But when you ask your question, when are we going to ever return to this so-called, whatever this, new normal looks like? I still think we're quite a bit distance out. We know from science still that from a vaccine perspective, we obviously can vaccine as quickly as possible, but we still don't know if the disease can be transmitted even if you're vaccinated, which is bringing a lot of caution and concern for executives to return employees at mass back together. And then the second thing we're hearing from employees is, I can do all these administrative tasks at home. Don't bring me back to the office if I can do it at home. Give me a purpose to come back to the office. Help me be creative or innovative. Let me do something different than if I'd rather save the commute and just work at home. So a lot more to come. We're projecting still another good year or two out though, until we actually see human behavior, the social norms actually go back to get large gatherings in person.
When you say that, are you talking like seminars, events, those annual meetings?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're definitely a good year or two out from that. And it will be interesting as you look at the event industry and meetings. I think we're going to have to do something differently in order to actually engage people to come back to those. I think we're going to see probably a pendulum swing when we're able to remove masks and actually get through this pandemic. But there's got to be a compelling reason if we're going to be charging the fees that we charge to get people to come. There's got to be a way that it's really enticing them to do something different than just doing what we're doing today. This is free, it's easy access, it's convenient, and it allows us to really democratize knowledge sharing in a way that we can't necessarily do in person.